All right, well, welcome everybody. My name is Rebecca Lacey, and I am going to be doing a training on how to build your travel business when you work a 9-to-5 job. So I am going to make this a little bit interactive. I will be asking you, just to jot down a couple of ideas along the way. You do not need to share them with me, but it's just designed to provoke some thought. A little bit about me. I actually started this business, started as a travel agent November 1st, 2022. So I've been doing this for almost said 9 years, 9 months. And I really do have a full-time job. So I am fortunate that my full-time job allows me to work remotely from home as well. So a lot of times that's why you'll see me on a lot of the Q&As and the trainings. But I also do understand the challenges that you face if you are working, in another job at the same time and trying to build this business. So I'm just going to kind of share from the things that I have learned. And let me share my screen here. Okay, can everyone see my screen okay? You can just put yes in the chat. I gotta figure out. Okay. So, this over here. Okay. Figure this out. So we're just going to be talking a little bit about mindset, some of the obstacles that you'll face, figuring out how to stay focused, setting your goals, talking about time management, scaling your business, and then finding an accountability partner. So we all know, whether you are actually working a full-time job or not, outside of doing this, you are going to have to find balance and motivation. Your business isn't going to just build itself. So you are going to be pulled in a lot of different directions. And that's true regardless if this is full-time for you or not. So what do you think that you can put it in the chat? What is the biggest obstacle or the number one obstacle that you face or you think you face when building a business? Just give me one word. What do you think it might be? Anybody want to venture? Consistency? Okay, time. All right. Those are all great answers. Drive, that's a good one. That's an excellent one. Yeah. So those are all obstacles for sure. But here's what I'm going to offer you, that it's mindset. You are the only one that's going to get in your way of building your business. So the first step really is to make sure that you are in the right mindset. Are you doing this from a good point? So your mindset will significantly influence how you approach challenges, make decisions, handle setbacks, and ultimately determine the success of your business venture. So what are some mindset that we need to work on? Well, first, you need to get in an entrepreneurial mindset, because this will help you see opportunities that others might see as obstacles. It'll help you to remain open to innovation, taking calculated risks, and adapting to changes. Also, a growth mindset. So believe your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This encourages continuous learning, resilience, and the willingness to overcome challenges. So there's going to be a common theme of your mindset basically is going to help you overcome your challenges. Of course, a positive attitude. We always talk about not having, any negativity in the chats or the trainings or the Q&As. we just really try to shut that down, because a positive attitude is going to help you navigate through setbacks and challenges. And did you know that optimism can also fosters creativity, problem solving, and the ability to find solutions even in difficult situations? So if you get in a negative mindset, you're really going to say to yourself, I can't. That is going to be your mantra. It's going to be, I can't. So instead, it's I can. Resilience. Building a business comes with ups and downs. Resilience enables you to bounce back from failures and setbacks, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Adaptability. Business is constantly evolving. Being adaptable allows you to adjust to changes, pivot when necessary, and stay relevant in a dynamic environment. So business is always changing, and especially the travel business. There's things happening all the time, and staying adaptable to be able to, remain relevant. Persistence. Building a business is a long-term endeavor. Maintaining persistence during challenging times is key to achieving your goals. And the last few about mindset: ownership. So you are going to be taking ownership of your business outcomes and being accountable for your decisions and actions. Being accountable for your decisions and actions can lead to a sense of responsibility and commitment. So if you're taking ownership, then you're going to keep going, you're going to keep building, keep being persistent. Learn from your failure. Rather than viewing failure as setback, an entrepreneurial mindset treats it as a learning opportunity. You're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes, and asking yourself the question, of course, well, what can I learn from this, is actually going to help you move forward. And then the last one is focus and clarity. Having a clear vision for your business and staying focused on your goals helps you make strategic decisions and allocate resources effectively. So if you have focus and clarity, you're going to be able to allocate your time resources, your monetary resources, to build the business that you want. So let's talk about focus. That is key. That is probably the second biggest obstacle. It is for me. I am an idea person, and so I'm like all over the place. I mean, this is what my brain looks like on a daily basis. So I have to train myself to stay focused and use the tricks that that help me do that. So focus helps you build a strong and sustainable business by aligning your efforts, resources, and expertise toward a specific goal. Okay, so I want you to think in your own life right now. What is competing for your focus? Just kind of take a minute. For me right now, it is helping my husband figure out his next job journey. So he was let go recently from his job, or his department closed, and he does have a year's severance, but we still have a new journey. So it feels like that is competing, and it's just part of I gotta fix things. So staying focused on my business and letting him handle that is really what I'm struggling with at the moment. Of course, you've got your day job responsibilities. You're thinking about, how can I develop my business? I'm worried about networking and building relationships. I need to learn new things, and I need to develop my skills so I can be a better travel agent. You've got to worry about marketing, administrative tasks, responding to clients, family and personal commitments, oh, I don't really want to work in my business tonight because I just really want to go do this. So personal and leisure time, health and exercise, unforeseen challenges, sleep and rest, worried about scaling your business, and then probably worried about finances in some way too. Okay, so with that in the back of your mind, where do you start? So the first thing to do is take your business seriously. This isn't a side job at McDonald's. This isn't a side job at the mall. This isn't a bartending job. This is a job, or I'm sorry, this is a business. It is not a job. So you have to decide how long you're going to give yourself. So right now, I want you to write down the sentence, I will give myself at least, and then however many months you feel is appropriate for you. So I told myself when I started this business, I'm going to give myself 3 months. 3 months went by. I really had done nothing. And I said, am I going to quit, or is this something I really want to do? So now I've told myself I'm going to give myself at least a year to scale this business where I want it to be. And I'm not going to quit before that. That's a year from now. I've been in the business 9 months, so I'm giving myself another year, and I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. But if you have a sense of time in your mind, oh, that can create a sense of urgency. Because I'm getting towards retirement, and one of the things that I want this to do is to replace my income so that I can retire. So write that down and set it somewhere that you will see it every day. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to do is you write down your dream. It doesn't have to be an eloquent phrase. It doesn't have to be really well thought out. But when you started in this business, what was it that you saw, the big picture? Where did you see yourself going with this? It may have been a blurry vision, but you still had something that went, oh yeah, this is where I can see this taking me. Because if you don't have a target, you don't know what you're aiming for. So I share my dream with you. My dream is to retire at 60 and have the freedom and resources to travel the world and help others who want to travel. That just really inspires me. So I'm working hard at this point to be able to retire at 60, which is only a couple of years away. So I got to work real hard. So take a second, write that down. What is your dream? The next thing that is essential to understanding and staying focused is to find your why. So my why, and I honestly believe everyone's why, is at the core of every decision you make. Your why is inspirational to you. I went through a few books of, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this guy. His name is Simon Sinek. He is a leadership guru and a marketing guru. And he actually wrote a book called Start With Why. And then he has written several other books in sequence to that. Start With Why, Find Your Why, Leaders Eat Last. And I think the most recent book that he wrote is called The Eternal, no, The eternal game? No. Anyway, and he talks about your approach should not be from a finite place, but it should be from an infinite place. That's the word I was looking for. The infinite game, that is what he wrote. And so for me, every decision I make is based around my why, or my purpose, why I believe I'm here. I'll share mine with you. I would like for each of you to write down why you think you're doing this and look at that and say, is this really enough that's going to get me up every morning and get me moving on this job, helping me build the business? But my why is to inspire others to discover themselves so they can live an authentic life and leave a rich legacy. So one of the ways that I'm playing that out as a travel advisor,
this video working
as a travel advisor is to inspire others to travel, because I feel like when you travel, you learn about yourself and you learn about the world. And the more you can learn about yourself and how you fit into the world, the more you can become who you are meant to be and live an authentic life. So that's really, it really drives me to do that every day, because this is not just about my dream of having an income where I can travel, or a job where I can travel all the time. This is about helping others as well. That's what's in it for me. And then the next thing to help you focus is to find your niche. Figure out what it is that you're passionate about. And what kind of travel do you enjoy? What kind of research do you like doing? Those are the things that, so for example, I am not an all-inclusive resort kind of person. I do not really enjoy the beach. I like to see the beach for about 5 minutes and then I'm done. I want to experience mountains. I want to experience canyons. I want to hike up mountains. So for me to book all inclusives, it just really, I don't think I would end up getting up every day and being inspired by that. But if that's what you love, then that's what you do. If you love Disney, if you love, I like cultural immersion stuff. So my focus for my clients are on empty nesters who have the time and the money to travel, and to book adventure travel. So those, and solo travel, those are the things that I focus on. Anytime you can get in the middle of the culture and learn about things, then that is what excites me. I read this somewhere. It's called, the quote is, "The riches are in the niches." It's not the right word, but if you find your niche, you're actually not going to miss out. And what I've learned is if you try to be everything to everybody, you will miss out. So, Scott, I want to live on cruise ships and share cruise life with others. That's fantastic. And looks like you're living your life.
No complaints. I've been doing pretty good. I'm on cruise number 12 this year, and I got 13, 14, 15, and 16 lined up.
There you go. There you go. All right. So then find your niche. So how long should you take to find your niche? I'd give yourself a few months. I think I really figured it out after about 3 months. And have I booked all inclusives? Yes. Have I done other things, cruises? Yes. But I do know what to say no to now, because all it does is frustrates me. So the next key is to prioritize. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. And if you guys are familiar with Stephen Covey, he wrote a book that I read back in 1990, I think it was. I don't know when it came out, called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it was kind of eye-opening for me because we live in 4 quadrants, and most of us live in the tyranny of the urge because we let everything around us determine what our schedules are for the day or the moment. From a phone call to a, oh, I just got a ding saying I got a Facebook notification. Diving into books like that can really help you to understand how to even prioritize and focus even more. Okay, so setting goals, that is the first thing to prioritize. Your goals will serve as a roadmap guiding every decision, action, and resource allocation. Your goals create a sense of focus and motivation and facilitate accountability and continuous improvement. So if you write your goals down, then you are accountable. You are accountable to yourself, and you can make yourself accountable to whomever else you feel is good to be accountable to. So you should have a big goal. Now, some people say 10-year plan, 5-year plan. You decide what your big goal is. My big goal is in 2 years, my retirement annual income will be $100,000. So I will be bringing in $100,000 in 2 years. Therefore, I can retire from my full-time job and I can do this full-time. So my monthly goal, so then you should have monthly goals, probably have annual goals too, but right now I haven't been doing this long enough. I just have a big picture because it's only 2 years down the road. But let's talk about monthly goals. So my monthly goals include in 6 months, I will book an average of $25. That's $25,000 per month in travel. And then my weekly goals. So I will set weekly goals like grow my Facebook followers by 10, schedule 3 mock bookings for the week. My monthly goal might also include something like grow my Facebook page to 400 followers. But you should be setting weekly goals and then daily goals. My daily goals do include 30 minutes of business related learning, 30 minutes of personal growth activities. I share my mock bookings 15 times and join 5 Facebook groups. Am I always consistent in getting these completed? No, I'm not. But we do know that consistency is the key. So if you write your goals down and you see them and you put them in a place that you're going to see them all the time, you're more likely to complete those goals. Next thing is set boundaries. So setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing burnout. It's essential to establish clear limits on your work hours and communicate these to your family and friends and clients. So I know you probably don't have a lot of say over what your hours are at your regular full-time job. My hours for my full-time job are 7 to 4. I chose this job because I can start at 7 and I can quit at 4, and I am not asked to work beyond that. I have had other jobs where I have been manager and I was pulled in so many different directions, I didn't have time for myself. So if there's any way that you can set boundaries at work and just have a conversation with your boss, have a conversation and just say, this is what I feel like I can do so that I don't get burnout. Figure out how to have that conversation for yourself. Establish your business hours. Set specific business hours for your travel business. Display them on your social media, your website, your Google business page, wherever you can. Make sure people know when you're open and when you're not. Set an out of office. Set your email response for out of office during non-business hours and vacation times. Set your auto response to after 5 o'clock or whatever time you're going to set as your office hours. So when people email you, say, my office hours are blah, blah, blah. I will respond to you during the next business day or something along those lines. When you're on vacation, set an out of office. Let people know that you're out of office instead of just ignoring them or feeling like you have to respond to them when you're on vacation or when you're outside of your business hours, because people will understand. And if you don't set that boundary, then people will text you, they will email you, they may even call you. And if you don't answer your text messages, or you can even have I think some phones have auto response too, or do not disturb. You can set that up as well. Just say no. Learn to say no to anything that detracts from your business. You are going to have to give up things to be able to build this. There will be sacrifices. Does that mean that you have to sacrifice your son or daughter's soccer games? No, it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice all of them, but you might miss one or two. Figure out what's really important. And if it's going to take away from your business, then just say no. And another way to set a boundary is to create a budget. Create a budget for your personal and business finances, and then you're measuring how well you are doing. I have a spreadsheet that I use for my personal budget, and then I started one for my travel business too. And I think on one of her trainings, Jody has shown how she keeps track of all the commission and when it's expected. So she can lay it out like in January, I expect this much to be coming in. In February, I expect this much to be coming in. So if you can do that, you're actually going to visually see where you really are at any given point. My personal budget, my spreadsheet, I have everything laid out with a formula. So as I pay bills every month and I move money into savings, I can actually see where my bottom line will be at the end of the month. I have it laid out till 2025. So it automatically adjusts as I pay bills or I get another bill, and then I adjust things down the line. The next important step is block time. Time blocking is essential. It will create the space you need to focus on your business and self-care and personal time. So you're not giving up self-care or personal time either. This is what my time block looks like. So I start work at 7 a.m. I'm an early riser. So a lot of days I'm up at 5 a.m. There's some days I sleep in. It just depends on what's going on the night before. But Monday through Friday, I have established that 5 to 7 a.m. is the time that I'm going to get up and I'm going to do these things on my list. Then during my lunch hour, I'm going to build in my exercise so that I typically get an hour and a half for lunch. So I have a lot of leeway. I tend to try to walk or run, or sometimes I'll do my weightlifting on my lunch hour, but I also don't have to worry about showering and going back to a job. I will catch up on communication with clients once my exercise is done. But I know for a fact that if I do not build in that exercise time, then I just get to the point where I'm sluggish. I don't think straight. And then Monday through Friday, normally you guys are in my self-care time. Monday through Friday, Monday through Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. I don't do anything. I just chill from my regular job and I chill from my business. Unless there's something urgent, but I don't tend to let that take over. And then Monday through Thursday, I choose to work 6 to 8 p.m. So I'll focus on marketing, travel training, share mock bookings, update my to-do list, anything past 8 p.m. and I am toast. I'm just not an evening person. So as long as I've had my break from 4 to 5 p.m., I usually can spend at least an hour in the evening. Something else that I decided to do is I don't work on Saturday or Sunday, only on rare occasions. So if we are not doing anything else, then I may spend 2 to 4 hours on the weekend planning for the next week, or working on if I'm going to record any videos, which I'm going to start doing. Anything that I might not have time to work on during the week, but I don't give up everything else because that is my me time. That's the time that I spend with my husband, and that's the time when we may go do things. So Saturday and Sunday for me are off limits. That doesn't mean I don't ever work. The other thing that I do is I've discovered that if I sit for too long, that I'm ruining my health. And the best thing that I can do for myself is I take note that every 2 hours I get up and walk for 10 minutes. That helps with my clarity. It helps with making sure that I'm not just, sedentary all day. So I do build those times in as well. So other things to think about focusing on. Delegate responsibility. Make a list of tasks that can be outsourced or automated. I chose to pay for TravelJoy because it makes my life easier. I know how to build a website, so it didn't take me much time to build a website. But if you really want a website, find a way to have somebody do it who knows what they're doing and pay for it. What are some other things? Automate with Meta Business Suite in Facebook. Anything you can automate and make your life easier, figure it out and do it. And then if you have kids and stuff, husband at home or whatever, wife, talk with your family about taking additional responsibilities. Just have that conversation with them that if I can spend time with you and you can help me out with this. You can put your dishes in the dishwasher, learn how to do the laundry, maybe learn how to cook your own meal once a week. I'm sure my husband says that about me because he cooks for me. Avoid multitasking. This is really bad for me. Multitasking leads to decreased productivity and focus. So if you don't focus on one task at a time, you will tend to have lower results on your quality. So for me, I make myself focus on something for 15 minutes. And then I say, I'm going to totally set that aside. And now I'm going to focus on this for 30 minutes. So I block that as well because I am all over the place if I don't. Invest in your business. I know that it's difficult to figure out sometimes where to get the money from, especially on top of the $69.95 fee. But there are things that you can sacrifice and give up to make your life easier. And then in the end, it will help you build your business so you'll have income to come in. Purchase tools that save time, from Calendly to TravelJoy or Travify, or, whatever else, and email marketing. Those are the things that I can think of off the top of my head. And one thing I did when I was in my wedding business, make a bartering arrangement with another entrepreneur. What I did was I wanted to get into the wedding space to do wedding photography, but I didn't have experience doing wedding photography. So I bartered my way in. And the gal who cuts my hair, who does my hair, her daughter was getting married. I said, let me save you some money. You'll help me get into the wedding space, and I will do your daughter's wedding. And in return, instead of paying me, you can give me a year of haircutting and coloring services. And she was like, I'm in. Another thing that you can do is barter with somebody who creates logos, or barter with somebody who designs websites. What kind of, thing can you bring to the table so that they could do something for you and you in return can do something for them? Okay, seek support, have a strong support network. Having a strong support network can provide you with the emotional, intellectual, and practical assistance needed to navigate the ups and downs, increase your chances of success, and foster personal and professional growth. Stay plugged in, attend the Q&As. I know that they're not always at, the best times for people who work, but we have added the evening ones. There are Q&As on the weekends too. So write down your questions that you have. And yes, you can put them in the Discord chat. Write down your questions. And if it's an urgent question and you can't get on the Q&A, ask your mentor to ask it in the chat, or ask your accountability partner, or ask someone that you've connected with on the Discord. Would you mind asking this question for me, because I can't get on the Q&A today and I really would like to know the answer. Go in every day and figure out what trainings you can attend. I do it the day before and I put them on my calendar. And set regular one-on-ones with your mentor. And find an accountability partner. Decide on what communication method will be. Decide how much you will communicate. Decide what accountability you each need, and stay committed to be accountable to each other. So my accountability partner and we decided that just texting back and forth is probably the best for us. So that's what we do every morning. I will text her, or she will text me, and I will tell her, what my plans are for the day. Do I have any goals? And I'll share them with her. Sometimes we'll write our goals down, take a picture, and text it. We communicate Monday through Friday. And on Wednesday, we hop on a Zoom call together. So Zoom is free for up to 40 minutes. So you guys can use that as an option. And then we kind of discussed, when we first became accountability partners, what is it that each of us needs? And you can do that too. So then just stay committed. I know when I traveled, I said to her, hey, I'm only going to maybe talk to you once during these next 10 days, but I'm not really working my travel business at the moment. But if you need to be accountable to me, you can text me. I probably won't answer, but you guys can set your own time frame. Oh, this is a real big one. Avoid procrastination. I like this saying, procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. So what are some ways you can, what happens when you procrastinate? You miss out on opportunities. You become stagnant, and that hinders your growth and progress and growth. As a business owner, you need to be constantly moving forward to stay competitive. Loss of momentum. if you procrastinate, then that disrupts your flow. It's harder to regain momentum and keep enthusiasm. You also increase your stress level because delaying tasks often leads to last-minute rushes, causing increased stress and reduced work quality. And long-term stress can have detrimental effects on your health and decision-making abilities. Delayed learning. Business ownership requires constant learning. Okay, so I'm going to summarize this real quickly. And then we've got like 20 minutes, and I just want to open it up for you guys to ask questions and brainstorm. So set clear goals. Sorry. Set clear goals. Break down your tasks. Create a schedule. Prioritize your tasks. Eliminate your distractions. I have an office that I can go to and I can shut the door so that my mom lives with us. And if my door is shut, people know do not come in, because I don't shut the door unless I am in the middle of something that I do not want to be interrupted. And set deadlines. If you set deadlines, you're more likely not to procrastinate. Or maybe you procrastinate right up to the deadline. I'm guilty of that. And find accountability. Those are all essential. So you can achieve anything you want in life if you have the courage to dream it, the intelligence to make a realistic plan, and the will to see that plan through to the end. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I think at this point, I'm going to stop recording.